Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. A delegation from China's Ministry of National Defense visited Europe this week, engaging in multiple rounds of security and defense talks with the European Union, NATO military staff, and Switzerland. The 15th China EU security and defense consultations took place in Brussels, addressing a spectrum of global security challenges, including the Ukraine crisis, regional developments in the Asia-Pacific, and the situation in Iran and the wider Middle East. The consultations were co-chaired by Major General Guo Hongtao from China and Benedicta von Seher, THOS of the European External Action Service. Additionally, the Chinese delegation participated in the 9th Security Policy Dialogue with NATO and the 15th Defense Policy Coordination Dialogue with Switzerland, where they exchanged views on various international and regional security concerns. This news comes from CGTN. Ukrainian President Zelensky has disclosed that high-level talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States regarding a peace plan remain stalled. According to NHK, these trilateral discussions, which had occurred 3 times this year, are currently suspended due to the situation involving Iran. Zelensky stated on social media on March 28th that the U.S. insists on hosting the talks domestically, citing security concerns related to a war between the United States and Iran, which prevents their negotiation team from traveling abroad. Conversely, Russia has indicated it will not participate in any negotiations held within the United States, although it is open to other locations. This fundamental disagreement over the meeting venue makes the prospect of restarting these crucial peace talks highly uncertain. Russia's crude oil export revenue is rapidly expanding, reportedly doubling to an average of $270 million, approximately 43 billion yen, per day over the past 3 weeks. This surge, the highest since March 2022 following the invasion of Ukraine, is attributed to the tightening Middle East situation, which has driven up crude oil prices and a relaxation of U.S. sanctions against Russia. Prior to the alleged U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran, Russia's oil revenue had been on a downward trend due to low oil prices. Meanwhile, Ukraine has intensified drone attacks on Russian oil refineries in the northwest and south, aiming to deplete Russia's war chest, leading to fires and operational shutdowns. In response, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a bill on March 23 allowing private security companies safeguarding energy facilities to use military small arms, likely automatic rifles, which will be supplied by security agencies. The Financial Times also reported on March 26 that Russia is transporting drones to Iran, alongside food and medicine, potentially signaling an escalation of support beyond previously reported intelligence sharing. This news is from Yomiuri Shimbun Online. The Soviet nuclear submarine Komsomolets K-278, which sank in the Norwegian Sea in 1989, has been continuously leaking radioactive materials from its nuclear reactor for 4 decades. According to a new study highlighted by El País, emissions from the engine compartment's ventilation pipes show levels of strontium-90 and cesium-137 hundreds of thousands of times higher than normal. While a senior scientist at the Norwegian Authority for Radiological and Nuclear Safety confirmed no weapons-grade plutonium has been found in the surrounding marine environment, the reactor fuel itself is corroding. Low concentrations of cesium-137 were found in nearby marine organisms, but researchers believe these levels are not expected to harm the organisms. Monitoring missions will continue for the aging submarine. According to ChinaNews.com, Nairobi, Kenya, the Kenyan National Police Service announced on March 28 that the ongoing heavy rains and widespread flooding, which began on the evening of March 6, have claimed 108 lives. The disaster has also left at least 2,795 families displaced. The floods have caused extensive damage across the country, including dozens of cars being swept away, disruptions to air traffic, and severe damage to power and other vital infrastructure. At least 21 counties are affected, with Nairobi County suffering the most severe impact. Two rivers in western Kenya burst their banks on March 23 due to the incessant downpours. Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi stated on March 28 that the government's top priority is to restore the water conveyance capacity of rivers in Nairobi and other affected areas, stabilize waterways, and implement preventive measures against future flooding. A multi-agency task force remains on high alert to manage the crisis. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.